With Wolves set to start another season in the Championship this year, let's go back to 2008 and 2009, which was the last successful Championship campaign for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Let's go and find out what the players from that season are doing now and how their careers progressed. The Wolves 2008-2009 team, where are they now? We start off with main goalkeeper Wayne Hennessy, who played 38 games for the club that season. He now plays for Crystal Palace in the Premier League and is the Welsh #1 goalkeeper, having a very successful campaign last year in the Euros. In the end, Wayne Hennessy left Wolves when they were in League One. After a long stint of injuries, he went out on loan to Yeovil, but came back and reportedly refused to play for the Wanderers. He then left and had a successful medical at Crystal Palace, where he now still plays. Carl Akimi played 13 appearances that season. He's now played over 200 times as a Wolves goalkeeper, and he's now broken to the Nigerian national team despite being from Sutton Coldfield. Despite having 9 low moves throughout his Wolves career, he still remains one of the key players in the Wolves lineup. Neil Collins played 27 games that season. He's currently at Tampa Bay Rowdies in America at the age of 33. He enjoyed 81 games overall as a Wolves player before moving on to Preston North End, Leeds United and Sheffield United. He now also runs a blog called A Journeyman's View. George Elokobi played 5 games for Wolves that season. Due to a serious knee ligament injury, Elokobi missed the majority of the campaign. Luckily, he could make a late appearance in the final game of the season to help lift the Championship trophy. He now plays for Colchester United. Richard Stearman played 40 games for Wolves and it was his first season as a Wolves player. However, a couple of years ago, after 234 games as a Wolves player, the Wanderers sold Stearman to Fulham. He did come back though on loan last year, scoring an iconic goal in a 2-1 win over Liverpool at Anfield in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Jody Craddock starred 17 times that season and captained the side to the Championship title. He did break his metatarsal, that was due to the lack of games that season, but he was back to lift the trophy. Since retirement, Jody Craddock now spends his time as an artist. Stephen Ward played 44 games that season. He was signed as a striker and Ward was one of the key members in the Championship winning season, however playing as a left back. After going out on loan to Brighton after Wolves were relegated to League One a few years ago, Ward now plays for Burnley in the Premier League after being transfer listed by old Wolves boss Kenny Jackett. Christophe Berra played 15 games in the Championship winning campaign. It did take Wolves a while to sign Berra, but in the end it took till January in the 08-09 season to sign Christophe Berra from Hearts. After the relegation from the Championship, Christophe Berra did leave Wolves to join Ipswich, however he's recently rejoined Old Club Hearts. Jason Shackle played 15 games in the Championship season. Wolves did sign Shackle at the start of the 08-09 season, but he could never really stake a regular place in the side. He returned to former club Norwich on loan, but despite being relegated with Norwich, he could still earn his Wolves winners medal. He now plays for Derby County in the Championship, aged 33. Left back Matt Hill played 13 games for Wolves. He was another player to join at the start of the 08-09 season. He contested at full back with Stephen Ward, but only managed to make 13 appearances throughout the season. He only played 2 games when Wolves were in the Premier League and he finally left the club in October 2010 to join Barnsley. Aged 36, Hill still plays and he plays for Bradford Park Avenue. Michael Mancian joined Wolves in October 2008 on loan and made 10 appearances. Wolves wanted to extend his loan, which expired in December, however paperwork was never completed. He later rejoined Wolves for the 09-10 season and the 2010-11 seasons, where he was mainly played as a centre-back and a defensive midfielder. He left Chelsea to join Hamburg, but he currently plays for Championship side Nottingham Forest at the age of 29. Kevin Foley started the most games for Wolves throughout the Championship season, playing 47 games. He was also crowned Wolves Fans Player of the Season. He scored 1 goal throughout the season, but he still managed to grab a 4-year contract at the end of it. However, since the contract he struggled with injuries and fitness and could never really regain a solid place in the Wolves side. After a couple of loans out at Blackpool, Foley joined with former Wolves manager Ståle Solbakken at Copenhagen. However, he now currently plays for Coventry, aged 32. Dave Edwards had the most Wolves appearances that season with 48, however 21 of those were off the bench. He struggled to become a starter in the Wolves squad behind Dave Jones and Cole Henry, but he still managed to grab a 3-year contract at the end of the season. He's still at Wolves, with playing 304 games so far from attacking and central midfield, hitting double figures in his most recent season. Michael Kiteley made 41 appearances in the successful Championship campaign. After a successful small loan move to Wolves, Kiteley signed from non-league Grays in January 2007. It was a big part of the promotion season, however did miss the end due to a broken metatarsal. After Wolves' relegation from the Championship, Kiteley rejected a brand new contract at the Molineux and joined Stoke City in the Premier League. He then revealed missing 15 months of football at Wolves almost left him fighting depression. Kiteley is currently a free agent after being released by Burnley, despite a good loan spell at Championship side Burton. Wolverhampton-born Carl Henry joined Wolves in August 2006 and went on to make 250 appearances for the club. He played 45 games in the successful Championship season, and he was captain for the majority of the season as Craddock was out injured. He left Wolves after being relegated to League One in 2003 and he joined QPR. He's recently been released and is now a free agent aged 34. Wolves signed ex-Manchester United youngster Dave Jones from Derby for around 1.2 million in June 2008. He played 37 games in the side. However, he was a regular until an injury at the start of 2009. However, he was back before the end of the season, before Wolves were crowned champions. After playing 66 games for Wolves, he didn't renew his contract and he went on to join Wigan Athletic. Age 32, Dave Jones now plays for Championship side Sheffield Wednesday. Matt Jarvis was a key part of the title winning squad despite having a few injuries that season. He made 29 appearances. He did go on to win an England cap during his time at Wolves and did become a Wolves fan favourite. However, he left Wolves to join West Ham in 7.5 million. Now he plays for Norwich, but he struggles for games, making just 19 appearances in 3 years. Carlos Edwards signed on loan from Sunderland and played 6 games, but just after over a month into his 3-month loan, Sunderland went and recalled the winger. He's currently 38 and still plays for North East Stars in his native Trinidad and Tobago. Kyle Reid played just 8 games for Wolves after joining on loan from West Ham in January 2009. However, his goal in a 1-1 draw versus Barnsley was actually the goal which secured the Championship title for Wolves. Now still only 29, Kyle Reid plays for Coventry City. George Friend played just 7 games whilst playing for Wolves. However, one of the games he played in the Premier League was against Manchester United, and it was just one of the factors behind Wolves receiving a £25,000 suspended fine for fielding an under-strength side. He was then released from Wolves in 2010, but has now played 178 games for recently relegated Premier League side Middlesbrough. Michael Gray made 10 appearances for the Championship winning side. He only featured sporadically for Wolves during the promotion campaign. He went on loan halfway through the season to Sheffield Wednesday, and he then turned that deal permanent. He retired from professional football in 2010. He now works as a sports pundit seen on BT Sport and Channel 5's Championship highlights. Sylvain Ebanks-Blake was the star of Wolves' promotion season, firing 25 goals in 41 league games as he won the Players' Player of the Season. He also won an England under-21 cap during that season after scoring 9 goals in his first 13 games. He bagged 61 goals overall for Wolves in 177 games before leaving at the end of his contract when Wolves went down to League One. At the age of 31, Sylvain Ebanks-Blake now plays for Chesterfield. Chris Uwilimo was also a huge part of the Wolves promotion season. In the season, he scored a hat-trick in a Wolves 3-1 win over Preston North End, including him scoring an overhead kick but also then getting sent off. He missed the end of the season after a high tackle from Lee Carsley versus Birmingham, which saw him miss Wolves' secure promotion. Despite scoring 14 goals for Wolves in the Championship, Chris Uwilimo struggled to score in the Premier League for Wolves and moved back down to the Championship. Uwilimo did rejoin Wolves in July 2015 as an under-18s manager. However, just after a few days he quit the position. He's currently a pundit on Sky Sports News, TalkSport and on Football League Tonight, along with Michael Gray. Andy Keogh struggled to become a solid first team forward for Wolves as he was in behind Chris Uwilimo and Sylvain Ebanks-Blake in the pecking order. However, he did still feature in 42 of the 46 league games. He scored the winner in Wolves' first ever away win in the modern Premier League against Wigan. He went on to leave the club in 2012, joining Millwall. Aged 31 though, Andy Keogh still plays for Perth Glory in Australia. Sam Vokes played 39 games for Wolves, however only started 4 of those in the Championship. He scored 6 games for Wolves in their promotion season. Despite a number of loan moves, Vokes then moved on to Burnley in 2012, where he still plays for them in the Premier League. Marlon Harewood just about scraping onto the list, playing 5 games. He joined towards the end of the 08-09 season on loan from Aston Villa, however he didn't score a single goal. Harewood, now at the age of 37, currently plays for Nuneaton Town. So then, there is the list of the players who played at least 5 games for Wolves in the successful Championship promotion season. Is there any of those players that you wish Wolves had back now to add to the current squad? And if there was one of those players you could bring back about 10 years, which one would it be? Was there any key facts that I missed out from the video? Do let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until next time, I'm sure I'll see you all very, very soon.